Hi y'all, so my name's Jerry Tapia. My pronouns are he, him, his, and I will be an RA this year for the 2020 Upward Bound Summer Program. And I just wanted to take the time to introduce myself in this video and tell you a little bit more about myself and why I chose this position. So let's get on into it. So I'm 18 years old. I'll be 19 in September. I am from a small town called Kerman, California, which is about 4 hours from here, south from Chico. And it is like right about like 25 minutes west of Fresno. So it's like right in smack in the middle of California. It's a very small town. I grew up with a whole bunch of agricultural land around me. So kind of like Gridley and Live Oak and like all those small towns with all the agricultural land around it. It's kind of basically where I grew up, but in the Central Valley. I'm an agriculture science and education major at Chico State, but at Chico State they just have it under agriculture, but my emphasis is science and education. I want to in the future be an ag teacher with this major and teach students, to be more specific, teach students in the shop. So I want to teach agriculture mechanics and be a shop teacher. So some little facts about me, I guess you can say, is I come from like a very big family. So I am one out of 7 kids. I am the second oldest. So I have my older sister, and then there's 5 boys, and then my youngest sister. So I come from a very big family. My family structure is kind of like very crazy. So my mom actually went through her first divorce with me and my older sister when I was little, and then my mom remarried again, who I call my dad to this day, and then had 5 additional children. And then my mom got divorced again about 7 years ago, and then she became a single parent of 7 kids. And then a few years later, my mom kind of went through a very rough patch to where she couldn't take care of my siblings anymore, and she moved to Mexico. And I had my stepdad became a single parent of my siblings. Growing up, like when I was young, I had, before my mom's second divorce, I had it very easy. Everything kind of was like handed to me and my siblings. My parents, both my stepdad and my mom, were like always there for us, even though my dad was always working and my mom was a stay-at-home mom but worked in the fields at the same time. But they were very applied to being parents, and I guess like after everything that happened, things kind of changed, so I had to grow up and kind of be the man of the house, since I was the oldest male in the house and my mom was a single parent at the time. So I had to grow up very fast. I was always taking care of my siblings. When things got rough with my mom, I had to like drop out of school so I can take care of my siblings, and in high school. And yeah, so like high school was like a very rough patch for me in my life, just because it was one, I had to grow up to be kind of basically a parent in my household, and also to apply myself to my education, which in the beginning I was not. I was in danger of not graduating high school, and towards the end I decided to like really apply myself, and I basically told myself that, like, you know, no one's gonna get you there, and I'm a first generation student, so no one in my family has ever gone to college, so no one in my family can help me get to college. So I had to do it myself and ask questions and continue to ask questions to get myself into college. So yeah, I chose Chico because one, it's one of the best agriculture science and education programs in the state of California, and 2, why not? The location, 1, it's far away from home, to where I can get away from my day-to-day life that was at home, but also to be close enough to where I can come home to my family at the same time. Because I feel like with my family, it's more of like a love and hate relationship. I like to be there. I'm a very big family person, but when I get the chance to leave, I like to leave as well. So I think that's why I chose Chico State. I know I'm kind of getting all over the place. That's kind of like basically it, like with my family structure. My mom got divorced her first time, then her second time, and then she became a single parent. And then she moved to Mexico, and then my dad became a single parent. My dad's, who is there now. So yeah, so that's my family. And now I want to talk about like some fun activities, some fun things that I like to do, things that I like to do in my free time, the things I do in college and all that stuff. So yeah. So one thing that I did while I was in high school is I was in FFA. I was I was in the National FFA organization. So some of you may know what it is, some of you may not. But basically what it is, it's a youth organization to kind of push students to either go into the agriculture industry, or so kind of prepare them for the future and do professional development, personal growth, and all that kind of good stuff. So I really did that in high school, and it's one of those things that I really wanted to share just because it helped me a lot through some of my darkest times. And also swimming. I was a swimmer in high school. That really helped me, and it's one of those things that I like to do like on my free time now, like at the rec and here at school. So yeah. Now I love to hike. I like to go hiking. I like to being outdoors. I like being outdoors. I like going outside. I like to ride bikes and stuff like that, and I like to like feel the air and be outside. Except like now, like recently that I moved into this house, and it's like my own home and all that kind of stuff. Like I'm such a homebody. Like I don't want to leave home, but then it's like I love the outside, and I grew up outside. I grew up in the fields, like I said before. So I like to go like on hikes. And Chico, I think it's one of those things that I love about Chico is that you can go to Upper Bridwell. It's like 10 minutes away, and you can go on an amazing hike, or you can go to 1 mile and just look at the creek and forget that you're even in Chico. So it's one of those things that I really love about Chico. Now that I'm at Chico State, this fall I will actually be the president of the PATH Scholars organization on campus, and that organization is called Promoting Achievement Through Hope. So it is a foster youth / unaccompanied homeless youth organization to help those students who are a part of those communities. And I myself, I am a part of one of those communities. I'm an accompanied homeless youth. So I just wanted to be an advocate for a program, and I guess I want to be an advocate for those students, and it's why I'm a part of that organization. I'm also very involved with the Cross Cultural Leadership Center that's on campus, the CCLC. I like to do like all the little events that they have, and I like to definitely apply myself there and actually like feel the culture. And since I am a student of color, it is one of those things that helps me on campus, and I like to go there when campus is in session. Another thing about myself is I love agriculture. I like the floral, and I like welding and all. I like everything about agriculture, and I like to always like I guess do things within that field, and like get jobs within that field and entertain myself within that. I love plants. I like to like propagate and like pot plants and all that kind of stuff, like on my free time. And lastly is I like to be there for people. I like to be able to be a support system for others, and I like to be able to show someone that I care about them. And that's where I want to end it is this summer. I hope that I get to know all of you, and I get to know you individually and know you for who you are, and be able to understand you and help you and tutor some of you to be able to be better students, and be able to share my story with you and be able to relate or understand some of those things, and in the end being able to have those conversations. And I'm very excited to share that with you, even though it's very different this summer. It is online, but it still doesn't change the fact of how excited I am, and how excited I am to be a support system to all of you. So thank you, and I hope that you have learned a little bit more about myself and who I am, and what it is that I want to do. And yeah, so thank you, and hope you have a good one. good day, good night, good morning, whatever time it is that you're watching this video. But yeah, thank you.